Hello singers, I'm Sophie Shear, and today we are talking about something that everyone says to do, and I hate it. I tell everyone not to do this because, quite frankly, it just doesn't work for what people are trying to get it to work for. Opening your throat. Everyone says you need to open your throat, especially if you sing classical music or if you're studying classically. The problem, though, is if you're studying classically for the purpose of singing opera, that's going to make a little more sense. If you're studying classical but you don't want to be an opera singer, you may have some issues there when you go back to sing rock, pop, country, whatever else you do. All right, so let's talk about opening your throat. Basically, what people try and say is, pretend like you have a golf ball in the back of your throat. It's like, ha, ha. And the common idea is that opening your throat makes it easier so you don't get strained, you don't get squeezed or anything like that. The only problem with that is the only way to produce noise with your voice is for the vocal cord muscles, the two flat horizontal muscles that sit right behind your Adam's apple, they have to snap shut in order to make sound. Every time they snap together, they create a little click of sound, and then they do this about 1,000 times a minute, give or take, and all of those little clicks of noise add together to produce what we perceive as our smooth speaking or singing voice. Hi, hi, hi. They're vibrating quite quick here, okay? So if I open my throat fully, guess what happens? They don't come together. And I get nothing but air. I don't actually get any sound. So here's the problem with that. First of all, I run out of breath very quickly because I'm using it all. Secondly, it greatly affects the tone here. Really, it turns into more of an old church lady type noise instead of something that's believable or authentic or relevant for today's styles, okay? So let's take an example here. Taylor Swift's song, Style. Great song. This and her vocals here are very believable. They're very conversational. She's just talking. She's telling us the story. So she says, midnight, come and pick me up, no headlights. Okay, so imagine if I tried to open my throat here. Midnight, come and pick me up, no headlights. It just sounds ridiculous. Completely unnatural, okay? And it doesn't make you want to listen. It makes you want to skip to the next track, okay? So we can try this in any song, really, any song that's more modern, okay? But just first try talking along. Midnight, come and pick me up, no headlights. Long drive, okay? Midnight, come and pick me up, no headlights. So if you're calling to your friend in the next room, midnight, come and pick me up, no headlights. So this requires a little bit more volume, okay, which is a little more relevant for singing. But basically, when you boil it down, I'm just talking. Midnight. Hey, you, over there. Midnight. Come and pick me up at 7 o'clock and we'll go out to eat. So I'm reeling it back into my natural sound here. None of that, which is very usable, again, if you're singing opera. If that's your thing, stick to it. It's beautiful. It has its place. And I love a good classical piece. But if that's not what your goal is, make sure that your tools are in line with where your goal is, okay? All right, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe here so you can get all the new material and connect with me on Twitter and Facebook at Sophie Shear.